What is the difference between you and a king? Why is there such a big gap between an average person's ability and what kings of the last few centuries could accomplish? Putin, Justin Trudeau, Donald Trump, even presidents would not even be able to hold a candle to any kings like Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Marcus Aurelius. What is the main difference that separates these kings from humans? As many in history would state, these men were so different they were not even considered to be human. It is the skill that has been lost in time that pretty much isn't these days. It's detachment. Detachment, in this context, is not a lack of care or concern. Rather, it's an extraordinary ability to separate oneself from the immediate pressures and emotional entanglements of a situation, to see things from a higher vantage point. It's about maintaining composure in the face of chaos, keeping a clear mind amidst the storm of events. When Caesar faced overwhelming odds in Gaul, his ability to detach, to think strategically rather than react emotionally, was key to his triumphs. Similarly, Napoleon's calm planning of education reforms on the eve of a major battle demonstrates this almost Zen-like state of detachment. While the majority of people are watching this, I am assuming they start losing their shit over an exam. That will not even mean anything in 5 years from now on. This skill enabled these historical figures to make decisions based on strategy and long-term vision rather than getting lost in the fleeting concerns of the moment. It's a form of mental discipline and focus that seems to have become rarer in modern times, where the constant barrage of information and the pressures of contemporary life often impede our ability to detach and think with clarity and foresight. Well, for example, even I know how to yap. How can I actually learn this skill? The skill of detachment isn't something that's taught in the classrooms or found in the self-help sections of bookstores. It's a discipline, a practice, honed through experience, self-awareness, and a deep understanding of one's own mind and emotions. To start, it's about creating a sense of self-awareness. One must become an observer of their own thoughts and emotions, recognizing them without becoming swept away by them. It's like being in the eye of the storm, aware of the chaos but not consumed by it. This is a skill that the greats mastered through various means: meditation, reflection, and even through the arts of war and governance. They understood their own minds as well as they understood the world around them. So let's say this. Say you were doing a math test for the first time, you'd be nervous and pooping your little pants. But what if this was the 5th time you took that test? You would most likely be very calm as you already know what's going to happen. People like Napoleon would visualize the battle before it even happened, the noise, the bullets, the combat. Hence, when it happened, he looked like he respawned for the 100th time and was ready to clear the level. This is something we can all do. Next, before a workout, spend 5 minutes imagining you doing the heaviest weight or the weight you're working up towards. Feel the ground, the temperature, the contraction of the muscle. This will activate your brain in some next level way and make you 100% more competent. Although everyone already knows this, we are talking about detachment, and I already mentioned Marcus Aurelius, so let's talk about how being stoic can 100x this skill. Stoicism teaches the art of detachment through accepting what we cannot control and focusing only on what we can. It emphasizes the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. If you haven't learned about this yet, I advise you read Meditations, but let's move on to the more deeper methods. In my opinion, the best way to learn something is by being hyper-aware. But being hyper-aware of what? Well, the skill of detachment is basically being able to turn off the loser side of your brain and strictly use the logical side. When you start studying and reading about the nature of the divine, the universe, the human soul, and the journey of spiritual ascent, you are suddenly able to just recognize a lot of thought loops and are able to snap out of it. It's hard to explain as it's something I've just gained by learning about these things. But I would advise you guys to read books or listen to them on YouTube about things like the Kabbalah, Manly P. Hall lectures, the secret teaching of ages, esotericism, and philosophy. By replacing music with these resources and learning about them has truly opened my eyes and allowed me to turn on my logical side of the brain, as these sources can truly show how insignificant things that worry or stress you, and how powerful a human truly is. Most people think they are worth nothing, when everyone is diamond buried underground. Thanks for watching, and peace on the street.